Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, is it possible that we have found the ultimate Choosing Beggar? Let's jump right in. I'm pretty sure this little ditty belongs here. Somewhat of a rant, but could be entertaining to someone. My oldest cousin, we will call her Lee, is 31 and has never held a job in her life. It took Lee 8 years to drop out of college because she couldn't complete an associate's degree, which takes 2 years. At the time, she blamed her poor health, but nowadays, if you get enough rum in her, she will say she just didn't want to do her homework, ever. This led to her failing multiple courses to the point she had to change majors 3 times. She still couldn't manage to get a 2-year degree after all of that. She had a part-time job in college for 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day, but was let go after 2 semesters because Lee had health issues that prevented her from coming to work at least 2 days, if not more, a week. 5 years ago, Lee dropped out of school. She was and had been living with our elderly grandfather, taking care of him. He didn't really need any care at the time, so Lee mostly slept and played on her phone because she was too sick to do chores. She used our grandfather's credit card for anything and everything she wanted because he gave it to her. He sort of enabled her bad behavior, really, but still. Our grandmother died when we were both starting college, and Lee moved in with grandfather to take care of him. She cooked once in a while, but he did dishes. Grandfather drove Lee to her doctor's appointments for her ailments, wait on those, because she had seizures and couldn't drive, but she was always well enough to drive to the movies or to a friend's house. He also bought her a brand new Toyota Prius back in 2012 and paid for her books and fees at school as long as she lived with him. However, even he eventually got tired of taking care of his 20-something granddaughter and moved to a retirement home. Lee has been living with her mother and father again for the first time since she started college. Her mother said that if she was too sick to work, she needed to get on disability. Lee's mother has hemiplegic migraines, which can cause epilepsy-like symptoms. Lee's health problems have always been severe headaches and stomach aches. After 2 years of living with grandfather, she started having fits where her leg would spasm and thrash about violently, and then after 6 months of that, she started being unable to use the limb that thrashed about after it had been thrashing. She called these events seizures. She even had one in her doctor's office right after the doctor told her she definitely did not have the neurological signs of a seizure. 5 trips to the Mayo Clinic and 11 years later, over 13 doctors have checked Lee for hemiplegic migraines, epilepsy, Hashimoto's, brain tumors, you name it. She has gluten intolerance, not celiacs or an allergy, and mild seasonal asthma, and that's all they can find. Lee tells everyone she has chronic fatigue syndrome. That does run in our family, but half of the Mayo doctors don't believe she has it, and the other half didn't even bring it up. No doctor is willing to sign off and say she has a disability of any kind. Lee's mom, my aunt, Trisha, said 6 months ago it was time to get a job of some kind. Didn't have to be full-time or in any specific field, just had to be a job and bring in some money to help pay for the phone bill and electric bills that Lee ran up every month. It could even be just a regular babysitting gig for a family or 2 every so often. Nothing serious, just bring in some money to help. Lee applied and refused to leave off applications that she had a disability. The interviews she did have that offered her a job were places like the corner store and gas station, which she turned down because I want to get a job and stay there. I won't stay at those places, so it's a waste of time. I won't violate my morals just to get some money. The worst one was Walmart for our uncle. Back in May, when everyone was opening back up, one of our uncles got her an interview at his Walmart. He's one of the managers at that location. He knew she was looking for a job, so he pulled her app on purpose to get her an interview. She came in. They were looking for a full-time cashier. She told them she was too sick to come in every day. Our uncle knew she had health problems, so he offered to create a sort of on-call position for her. She could come in once a week as scheduled, and if someone needed to take off, they could call her first to see if she would be willing to take the job. I don't even think Walmart does stuff like this, but he's the manager, and he was trying to make something work for her. She said she would need a chair at the register since she wasn't strong enough to stand, and she couldn't wear a mask because of her asthma. The HR rep at the interview said that needing a chair at any workstation would require a doctor's note, but they could put her as a greeter with a chair, but not a cashier, and with a face shield instead. Lee countered that working at the door would be too hot for her. Our uncle gave up and said, "We'll call you." They never did, and now Lee is trying to sue them for disability discrimination when she doesn't even have one. Aunt Tricia, whose brother tried to help her daughter get a job, was furious, understandably. To help the family out, Lee's sister Mary Ann offered to have Lee come and stay with her for a while, provided Lee would help out. Lee applied for jobs and got interviews for 3: customer service call center rep, school lunch lady, and county courthouse clerk. She was hired for the call center, which would be working from home from a company computer with an allowance for the extra internet data needed, on the spot. The courthouse people, knowing our family well, also offered her a job on the spot. The call center paid $14 an hour starting, and the courthouse was $11 an hour starting with 2 weeks paid vacation, 2 weeks of sick days, and paid health insurance. Both were full-time, easy jobs that wouldn't require a lot of physical movement or effort. The school lunch lady job was more like kitchen assistant, washing the dishes, taking out trash, lifting the products, etc. Lee has always loved kids. Our cousin has 4 kids, ages 7 to 11, and Lee has watched them on occasion. She has babysit a couple of toddlers for friends a few times over the years. That's the extent of her interaction with kids. Lee also takes 2 to 3 days off of life after these interactions, saying they drain her too much. If we ever go shopping together with our cousins or go on a family hike to picnic, she needs a minimum of 2 days in bed to recover from shopping. She spends the time watching TV and playing video games. Regardless, she wanted the lunch lady job. She turned down the other 2 jobs in favor of the one job she wasn't offered, period. It's been 3 months since she moved in with Mary Ann. Mary Ann has had to pay to upgrade her internet service to accommodate Lee's insistence on streaming shows on their Roku while playing games like World of Warcraft online at the same time. The electric bill has nearly doubled since Lee moved in as well, further distressing Mary Ann since she lost one of her jobs due to the pandemic. She can afford these things, but money is incredibly tight for her right now. Lee also is picky. She refuses to eat anything not gluten-free or completely organic for her health. Well, we all can understand that. It doesn't mean her SNAP benefits necessarily cover everything she eats. So, Mary Ann, trying to be a good sister, has picked up the extra tab. Our cousin, for whom Lee has occasionally babysat, has offered to pay Lee for her services multiple times, but Lee won't hear of it. What else is family for? Well, now Mary Ann is asking if I can take Lee in for a few days here and there to give her something to do. I work from home in a student support position for the university I attend, and I pay for everything from my stipend. No extras for me for a while, including extra internet. Seeing this choosing beggar go around to different family members to leech off them, making demands while at the same time turning down jobs, I said no, of course. In today's final story, a choosing beggar wants a deal on car parts, but it doesn't work out as he hopes. Do you price match? Yes, with a written quote from another Canadian vendor or a screenshot of the exact item on their webpage. Customer then sends me a screenshot of an American vendor with goods priced in American dollars. You know that they are an American company and that's listed in American dollars. I can't sell you that for that price in Canadian dollars. You understand exchange rates and how they work, right? Well, then you are just not hungry enough yet. We are still in a pandemic, and I thought you would be trying to get any sale you can, seeing how so many businesses are going under right now. Selling you items at 50% under my cost is not going to happen. I'm sorry. Fine. I'll just order it directly from blank and have them ship it to me directly. So much for supporting local. You know you are still going to pay exchange to them, plus shipping, duty, and their brokerage fees. I'll pay them with my American credit card, and there is no exchange. And shipping is free. I just get it sent to my friend's company in Blaine. They will not mind. No problem. Good luck. Hi, blank. My buddy needs to ship a part for their car to your warehouse in Blaine. Do you mind? Let me guess. From X company for a 1997 whatever? Yeah. No, not possible. Tell them to wait till the border is open and get it themselves. But that could be another month. Yes, or they could just order the part with me and I will have it here in about 10 days. Oh yeah, but it will cost him more. That's called business. I'm sorry, I can't help you. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.